One of the highlights was perhaps just that it happened. As you mentioned, it's been 4 years since the last one in late 2019. Since then, we've had the pandemic and the supply chain disruptions caused by the pandemic, the subsequent inflation all around the world. We've had geopolitical conflict from Ukraine to Israel. We've had shocks to the oil supply, also feeding into inflation. And so the fact that these three countries, which account for 25% roughly of global GDP, could come together again and sit down at the same table and coordinate regional strategies is in itself a big breakthrough. That was certainly echoed in the statements we heard by all three leaders, by China's Premier Li Qiang, also by South Korea's Yoon Song-yeol, and Japan's Prime Minister Fumio Kishida. They all talked about this afterwards. Yoon saying that this foundation also needs to be strengthened. It needs to be made more sustainable so that this regional stability through this dialogue can have a flow-on effect, not just bringing more stability to the region, but they hope more stability globally. And Li Qiang talked about that at length as well, talking about the need to push back against calls from Washington for breaking away from China's supply chains. He talked about there needs to be more of a drive into globalization, liberal markets, deeper foreign investment, and all of the leaders essentially on the same platform. So we heard before the trilateral from the Deputy National Security Director here, Kim Tae-hyo, saying that it would be a full reset to get the relations back on track. We'll probably need a little bit of analysis to see if that is really the case. But if we look at the statement of those three leaders coming out of the meeting, they certainly believe that that was the case.